This summer, I visited my parents' home country. It's one of the places that, to a large extent, shaped me while growing up. Before this trip, I hadn't visited since I was 18, still a child at heart. I wondered whether I would perceive things differently compared to then. My parents and I left Sweden in the middle of July, taking one of the ferries traveling between Sweden and Germany. Although I've traveled on these ferries quite a number of times, it still makes me feel a bit nervous. The endlessness of the ocean always stirs a mix of awe and excitement within me.
Är du glad, pappa?
When I was a kid, we often went on road trips all the way from Sweden to Romania, a distance of approximately 2,000 kilometers. I still remember how fascinated I was by all the different countries we passed, my face plastered to the window, trying to memorize every single detail. The world was unfolding in front of me as we covered more and more kilometers. Slowly but surely, the landscape changed, from the rolling green hills and dense forests of Germany to the vast plains and sunflower fields of Hungary. On this particular trip, we made a stop in the Czech Republic, in the touristy town of Karlovy Vary. It's known for its spas and an annual film festival. 2 days later, we arrived in Székelyudvarhely. It's located in central Romania, just by the Carpathian Mountains, and has a rich Hungarian heritage. The town was significantly shaped by the communist dictatorship. During the regime, the local population faced strict controls and surveillance, and the remnants of this era are still present in the collective memory of its residents. I was born and raised in Sweden, and my experience is that identity can easily become a confusing concept when growing up as an immigrant child. I used to say that I was caught between two identities, 3 countries, and 2 languages. In my teens, I went through an identity crisis of sorts, questioning who I wanted to be and where I fit in. Some days I felt more Hungarian, while on others I felt more Swedish. For children with immigrant parents, this journey is often more critical and complex. We navigate a delicate balance, trying to honor our parents' heritage while integrating into the culture we live in. This duality can lead to a sense of being perpetually in between, never fully belonging to either world. The pressure to adapt while preserving our cultural roots can feel overwhelming, like walking a tightrope between 2 worlds.
No mi sattam öleli.
No,
Hiányoztál.
te is. Sokszor el. Na,
kertben nem ilyen szép. Leszünk a kertben. De ott fönt meg van írva, ne?
Ez lenyújt a szállításról.
Igen.
Nem mert
Keres az udvarunkban, de nincs még megírva.
kapott, ő egy kötényre van.
Mit?
Emlékszel?
Mit jelent az, hogy kötényre van?
Hát egy
Ilyen
anyagot,
kötény, anyagot, hogy
valamilyen
karjon kötény.
anyagot, amit
Akkor Nanyó oda rakott ki ögyetet, mert neki nagy volt a vérnyomás. Én olyan boldog voltam, mikor egy akkora darab szalonnát megehettem.
Many of my relatives still live out in the countryside, and it's a stark contrast to the mostly urban lifestyle in Sweden. Growing their own vegetables and tending to animals comes very naturally to them. When I was a kid, I always thought of Romania as one big farm, where every family had a big garden and their animals roamed freely. The simplicity and self-sufficiency of this lifestyle have always fascinated me. A reminder of a time when life was more connected to the earth and its cycles. I sometimes feel like I miss it, but isn't it strange to miss a way of life one has never lived? Perhaps it's because living out in the countryside has been greatly romanticized recently. However, I can't shake the feeling that my longing goes deeper than that, almost as if I am being called back.
Szia!
I struggled with the narrative for this video. What story did I want to tell? Which of the many stories should I choose? I could have made a more commercialized touristy video, promoting Romania as a travel destination, but that felt detached from my truth, as this trip was different. It wasn't just about travel, it was about reconnecting with my family's roots. Sharing this part of myself with others felt daunting. Perhaps it was the fear of vulnerability, of exposing a piece of my identity that I usually don't talk about much. Reflecting on this journey, I realized that my identity is a mosaic of experiences and cultures. The landscapes of Romania and Sweden, the traditions and values of both places have all contributed to who I am. And this trip reminded me that identity is not a fixed destination, but an ongoing journey. It's about embracing the different parts of ourselves and finding harmony within them. Home is not just a physical place, but a feeling of belonging, shaped by the people and memories that make up my life. This trip was a step towards understanding that no matter where I go, I carry a piece of each place with me, and that is what truly defines my identity.